All right, guys and girls, ladies, gents, Zerglings, and Marines, we've got ourselves a banging PvT here in the round of 16. BYUN in the bottom left side going for a sneaky 2-Rax Reaper opening up against MAXPAX in the top. MAXPAX has looked everywhere for proxy barracks, and he hasn't found it, and now he's blocking the expansion. And there is an orbital making, though, which means this is going to be revealed in a moment. MAXPAX, when he sees no command center go down, he's going to immediately realize, okay, you're up to no good. There's you're doing a double gas factory is probably what he'll assume. Third barracks? Oh my god. Okay, all right, guess what? Guess what? He's going completely all in, guys. It's a one-base stim all in. He has to deny the scouting. If this probe comes in and sees there's no command center at 2 minutes 20, there's no way this works. This is the craziest all-in BYUN has brought out in the start of a series. It's such a delayed push. It will be very hard to make this work if MAXPAX gets wind of it. But right now, MAXPAX is going to be 3-gating, which is actually very good for defending this, because he's going to have a lot of gateway units, and he can just build batteries and sentries. And this map, sentries will crush this push. The problem is if he commits too hard to the aggression, obviously he'll throw his units away. BYUN can easily defend the 3-gate, but the fact that he has 3 gates is going to keep MAXPAX 100% safe. Great build choice by MAXPAX, honestly. Oh, he almost got a second adept hit off, and if he did, the shade would have completed for the kill, but he doesn't quite get it. This is a build order counter. This is unfortunate for BYUN. Guys, on the plus side, I'm excited for MAXPAX that he picked a counter build. On the other hand, he doesn't know that this is what BYUN's doing. And he's just kind of said, you know what, 3 gates a good way to start the series. Get out there with some aggression. He's about to lose this adept. And he's going to see 2 marauders. He sees no command center. He sees no command center still, and that's a huge tell. That is a huge tell that something crazy's happening. But he needs a shield battery, like, pretty damn soon. No shield battery, and you will be in trouble. 2 stalkers does not beat 2 marauders, guys. And now he's maybe just thinking he can rely on probes. Don't warp adepts in down here. Don't warp in on the front. Okay, he warps in at home. He'll be fine. He'll be fine for now. The only problem is if he doesn't realize there's no command center. Oh my god, he's actually going to take out the marauders. Loses a stalker. Not too bad there. The adept sees no expansion. I mean, he knows exactly what's happening, guys. Look at that. He sees stim on the way on 1 base. MAXPAX is like, what are you doing? And all he needs to do is make batteries, sentries, and he will never lose this game. But right now, he's running forwards on the map, and that's a terrible call against concussive marauders. He can out-micro the Marines, but he needs to get rid of the Marauder if he wants to do this, and then he can start a step back across the map. Stim's not done for a while, but man, the Reaper sees him, and honestly... Okay, battery's finally starting. MAXPAX is up 10 workers, guys. BYUN is opening up with a kind of silly build right now. It's all being scouted. This has no business working, but MAXPAX is not building sentries. He's only making stalkers. Blink will not be ready, and with stim and shields... and only 1 battery, I really don't think MAXPAX is respecting or understanding what's happening. I believe he thinks a command center has floated down. Otherwise, there would be no reason for him to be building probes right now. MAXPAX, it's probably slowly dawning on him right now what's happening. He does have overcharge available, and he's building another pylon here. But I think those stalkers should be spreading out a little bit. SCV is being pulled as well. Battery overcharge does go down. That's going to get focused very quickly. The Stalker's doing pretty well. The probes are pulled to tank, but Stalkers suck, especially against SCVs and Marines. Good focus fire on the Marauders, but I think BYUN's going to take him out. MAXPAX did not understand this build. It's still very close, but yeah, I think with the reinforce, that's really tough to deal with because you got no blink yet, and that's the problem. Sentries would have been an absolute shutdown on this, but MAXPAX, oh, he's still got blink in a moment, and you know what? Blink micro will out micro this. He's still up 6 workers. I may have called this too early. He's going to defend this with that stalker. It's going to blink back. He doesn't have a battery in the main, but he can warp in some more stalkers. He'll lose a few more probes down there. Those probes going to be fighting that SCV potentially. No, they're going to get cleaned up. 23 probes versus 20 SCVs. Still no shield batteries. He should build one in the main base. He's so broke right now. He's just trying to make units, and the stim just adds so much firepower. These stalkers getting gunned down pretty heavily, and look at that firepower from the Terran units. They're going to take out yet another stalker. You cannot be losing these units. He gets a probe at the tail end of it. 25 workers have fallen. It's a 1 base versus 1 base war. Blink for Protoss, and here comes wave 2 of the SCV pool. Now, as long as you build a battery on the high ground, you're okay as MAXPAX potentially. But if he doesn't have one on the high ground, then he's dead. He can lose his natural and still be okay here. But oh, no, careful, MAXPAX, careful. Look at that. Oh, BYUN waits to reveal his units. He's going to stim after it, but he stims a little late. I think he only gets one Stalker. MAXPAX, blink, blink, blink. Nick, oh, he blinks a little slow. Where's the battery in the main? He's still building probes right now. He's got 3 gateways, remember, which is great for his production. He's going to take out another Marauder, but no battery in the main. He's going to have to pull every probe to fight. It's an all-in from BYUN. BYUN going for the throat right now. This is absolute madness. The probes are going to have to get pulled in to fight. I like that Zealot kind of blocking the units. The probes are actually going to go for a bit of a surround on those units, but they end up pulling back at the last second. The Stalkers are fighting so well with the buildings, kind of blocking everything up. Probes want to go after the Marauders here. The Stalkers are microing very well. Remember, there's mules on the Terran side, so he has a better follow-up. The probes trying to engage this, but no battery in the main is a huge problem. And MAXPAX, unfortunately, without having an overcharge, it looks like he's going to get overwhelmed. That Stalker doesn't get healed. The battery starts healing the wrong Stalker. He's on 11 probes versus 13 SCVs, but with mules, it's going to be very good, of course, for Terran. 4 more Marauders, 3 Marines versus 1 Stalker. There's just no way, mate. Stalker warps in on the natural, and BYUN goes for a crazy all-in, but MAXPAX misread that game, and I guarantee you he thought there was a command center somewhere. Otherwise, going for the Stalkers and the blink, not the right call. BYUN catches him with a surprise build. So insane, you never expect it. All right, guys, girls, ladies, gents, zealots, Zergans, and Marines. An unfortunate start for MAXPAX. He scouted everything he needed to, but sometimes your opponent does something so Bronze League that you don't even realize what your eyes are looking at, and I think that's what happened in that last game. I don't think MAXPAX fully comprehended what he was looking at. I think he assumed there was a command center floating down, and it was a 3 racks behind that. But yeah, he didn't realize how hard that was hitting, and just he could have even pulled up onto the high ground and been completely fine. BYUN is going to proxy a barracks right next to MAXPAX base, and that's a great way to do it, because last game MAXPAX looked everywhere for proxy racks, didn't find it. This game he doesn't look for it, and that's going to be a quick Reaper. Now MAXPAX is very good at defending this sort of build, but checks for the engineering bay block, which is why he was down there. Going to see Cybercore into Nexus. Probe Scout is going to come in. Crisp opening so far for BYUN, guys. That Reaper started right on 1 minute 26. Now, ideally, you would build the Zealot and let it finish as MAXPAX and use that to defend and just help a little bit against the Reaper micro. It's a little scarier for him to chase you, but it's quite standard to cancel it. That being said, so many people bunker rush that I think, yeah, he's going to let it finish knowing now that there is no barracks at home. Probe's going to do just a bit of light harassment. He sees the SCV coming back, so he knows there's no bunker rush. Seeing that SCV tells you there won't be that. But the Zealot does not stay at home, and guess what? This guy has a good 20 seconds or so to have a party in the base. Zealot's coming back now. Stalker starts getting chronoed, but it's about 2 seconds late there. That core finished a few seconds ago. Good micro by MAXPAX, though. Look at this. He's ferrying the weak probes away. He's got to keep rotating them away, though. Otherwise... Oh, surround, but the Reaper slid past. Oh, that Jenny Craig diet doing for him. You know, if he wasn't on Weight Watchers or Jenny Craig, that Reaper would have got stuck there, but he barely slipped past that probe surround. Gets 2 probes, which is not bad at all, and does just float home. It's not the end of the world for MAXPAX. Obviously, this barracks has to float all the way home. What's weird is MAXPAX delayed Warp Gate a lot and is prioritizing gas over minerals, which, if you're playing Twilight, you want to usually prioritize your minerals, not your gas. It's usually only Stargate you go for the gas, and indeed, it is Twilight Council. There we go. Wonder what the confidence levels are for both players right now. Everything's gone off without a hitch for BYUN, but he is building a Cyclone, which is the least useful unit against a Stalker opening. 1 Cyclone's fine, but you usually do this for safety against Stargate, and that is, of course, not the case this game. Starport hasn't gone down yet. Obviously, that's always a gas issue off this sort of opening, building 2 Reapers into a Cyclone with a quick command center. Barracks has also already queued up a reactor at home, which is pretty early to invest that minerals. Oh, it's a 3 command center build. Okay, Maru's been doing this a lot as well. Maru and BYUN both loving this Cyclone into 3 command center build, or 2 Cyclone. This dies to 4-gate blink. Maru did this yesterday on Neo Humanity vs. Hero, and it got absolutely stomped by 4-gate blink. You know who else loves 4-gate blink, right? MAXPAX is in love with 4-gate blink. I mean, it's almost his go-to on this map because that main base is so big and wide open. And there goes a 3rd gate. That's going to be at least 3 gates for now. You can still be quite aggressive with 3-gate and find a lot of success against this. Because look, where's the barracks, guys? He's building siege tanks, but he's going to have no bio to support it. Not for a long time. Luckily for BYUN, MAXPAX, I think he's going to take a third gas in a moment and go for a Nexus as well. Zealot does get spotted trying to leave the base. MAXPAX will have to bring that home. Stalker will save it from those Reapers. Second and third barracks on the way. No starport whatsoever for BYUN. And that does mean he floats a bit of gas with this build. But, of course, he'll spend that eventually. He's going to build the depot. No, he changes his mind. He was about to build a depot, and then he remembered, wait a second, third command center is about to finish. That's the classic thing, isn't it? If you don't do a quick third command center, you need those depots a lot earlier, but BYUN makes the correction. Third gas into third Nexus. Yeah, as expected, MAXPAX is going to play a kind of middle-of-the-road build. BYUN's made him a bit defensive after that crazy game one. You got to be careful. Sometimes your opponent can kind of just make you a little bit more cautious than you should be in a game of StarCraft. Oh, look at that. MAXPAX leaves a Stalker on defense duty. Well done. Pushes those Reapers back. He's going to go for a pressure with 6 Stalkers. Probably be 9 Stalkers in total. Second bunker's building. Great building placement for BYUN, except for the reactor, which is an easy pick off for Stalkers from the low ground. Maybe not that easy because the Cyclones can move in and try and defend it. But I really like the way the Siege Tank is kind of nestled behind those buildings. Command Center is going to pull back to make sure MAXPAX can't just pick that off for free. Stalkers do go in. Siege Tank does get spotted. And he does some nice pickups, so he doesn't take any significant damage other than the shields. And getting a reactor pickoff is already a good start for a 3-gate build, so MAXPAX finding some damage. Remember what I said about the lack of bio units? There's 8 Marines only, guys. There are 2 Reapers as well. I don't know where those are. Stalkers do wander into tank fire. Got to be careful about that. There's another tank in reserve there, and I like that MAXPAX respects it enough to just back off. I think the Reapers are in the bunker? Yes, they are. 2 bunkers with a tank. That's probably going to be a no-go for MAXPAX. And probably a wise idea to back off. He's going to go Dark Shrine. Something about this setup for him has made him say Dark Shrine is going to be good. He doesn't realize there's a third command center. He did not see that third command center. Maybe he did when he first blinked up. Maybe he saw it still floating, actually. Forge is on the way right now for MAXPAX as well as Charge. Chat's correcting me. They are saying, yeah, he did actually spot it flying. Okay, thank you, Twitch chat. Appreciate that, guys. Starport's on the way. So Factory probably lifts off. He's got 4 tanks. BYUN's so defensive right now. He hasn't seen the third base at MAXPAX as well. I think he thinks this is more committed than it is. BYUN's playing a very static style. MAXPAX has that 8-worker advantage now. He's going to start Colossus tech. I like the way MAXPAX is playing a measured game. Not overcommitting into this whatsoever. +1 on the way as well. Now these 2 Reapers are going to go across the map. There's still a Stalker waiting for them. That Stalker barely missed them splitting off. Third base fully saturated. Charge almost done. And going from 3 gateways up to 6 gateways right now. What does BYUN do from here, guys? Feels like he's just going to hit a 2-2 timing. Because his armory is building even before 1-1 finishes. Maybe do a few Widowmine drops, but probably just do a giant tank push. I wouldn't be surprised to see nothing but Marines, Marauders, Siege tanks, and push with 6 tanks. He's building a second armory, which tells us BYUN's a little bit out of sorts, forgetting that he already built that. Gateway kind of half blocks the Reapers. They're going to take out 2 probes by the looks of it. But no, only 1 for 2 Reapers. Does scout that Colossus tech is on the way. There's still plenty of Stalkers, though, and a bit of a stumbling out front there. Could have lost a Siege tank if MAXPAX was looking. MAXPAX grabs 2 Marines there, or 1 Marine. Damages a few others as well. Dark Templar blocking the third. This is cute. He's like literally like, I don't care if you know I have Dark Templar. I just want to block your third base. Zealot's coming in as well, but not too many of them. He's only got a few. You got to be careful. I don't think attacking here would make any sense for MAXPAX. Yeah. Good pullback. First Colossus hits the field. No extended thermal lance to Big Daddy just yet. No second Colossus on the way either. A supply block does delay that chrono boost. There we go. Second Colossus starts. Fourth Nexus is on the way real early for MAXPAX. And I think playing a 4-gas style is correct for him. Dark Templar runs in, takes out 3 SCVs there. Does get scanned and taken out. MAXPAX going to try and drop some Zealots in the main. Maybe pushing a bit too hard while BYUN's just turtling. Prism going down. That's 250 minerals for free. You got to be careful in these sort of game about giving units away because BYUN is already building a very big army and looking for a timing attack. And now you're giving units away in positive trades for the Terran. And once again, like that, Sentry goes down, Stalker's getting tank hits. He's trying to be aggressive against a Terran that is doing nothing but defending. And definitely MAXPAX is overextending in this game. He's lost his Observer as well, so he's a little bit blind. After getting pushed back, he builds a second Robo and a second Forge. But definitely feels like BYUN's taking the better end of the trades. The units lost tab confirms that. Ghost Academy going down at the third base. Big bio tank force. I mean, BYUN has no vision, so he has no idea what's going on out on the map. He's making ship weapons. I think BYUN might just be playing a super macro game. This is so uncharacteristic for him, and I do think MAXPAX is good enough to take advantage. I mean, yeah, his over-aggression sucked, but at the end of the day, is losing 800 resources or so a big deal? No. 900 resources, it sucks. You're losing another zealot or two, that also sucks. But you've got complete map control, and that does give you a lot of benefits that might not be able to be calculated in terms of direct resources. It allows you to make a lot of big changes. Big thank you, Livy B, Rotterdam for the raids. Thank you, everybody, so generous today. Zealot, Stalker, Colossus, all trying to gather up 5th base in the north. 4th command center does finally start for BYUN, but I think with these 3 ghosts he pushes. I think BYUN's been sitting at home for so long. No Terran is comfortable defending for this long. And as the ghosts come out, his 2-2's getting close to done. I think he wants to move across the map, so when 2-2's finished, he's got EMPs available, he can do the work. Tried to build, I think, a turret or something up there, or a depot. Zealots do clean it up. Ghosts are spotted coming out, but the double disruptor production's already started. MAXPAX, not a classic style player. He usually goes double robo very late. It shows his comfort level in this game that he's gone for double robo this early. But he's got to keep map vision up, and right now he has no observers. Colossus going to get a few shots off Disruptor on the right. Could be a bit of a surprising angle. BYUN tries to shove on it. Oh, perfect spready for BYUN. Oh, and another Disruptor kind of runs into its death. Uh-oh. MAXPAX has got to be careful. He's coming with more Zealots. BYUN is so ready for it. Oh, the Protoss playbook is being figured out at this point, guys. Those Zealot run-bys that they rely on, the Terrans are already so ready for it. Oh, but wait, BYUN dives forward away from the tanks? A crazy move for him. Luckily, there is no warp prism. If there was a Zealot warp in there, that would have backfired terribly for BYUN. As it is, I think it worked out okay for him. Dark Templar starting to harass, be as annoying as they can. Upgrades 2-1 versus 2-2 in favor of Terran. +3 starts for Terran as well. Whereas MAXPAX going for Blink Dark Templar, still double disruptor production. He's up to 8 gateways, about to be 10 gateways. Does start his +3 attack. Tries to chrono both, but he didn't have the resources to start +2 armor. He corrects that immediately, though. Both players are on point in this macro game. BYUN may have snuck game 1 with the cheese, he says, but you know what? I can play big macro 2 in game 2. Playing to the map. There's no meat with this potatoes, guys. It's just big splash damage units, no Zealots or anything, and that Disruptor shot is going to get a few units, but this top base will go down. Zealots on the top are going to try and get counter damage. 4 base Terran versus 5 base Protoss, but that 5th base of the Protoss is in jeopardy. He doesn't look like he wants to give it up, but I think he has to. We'll find out how that goes. Zealots getting cleaned up on the other side of the map. Disruptors are zoning the ground army, but they're almost all empty. MAXPAX only has 1 full Disruptor right now, and the base goes down. It's quite a lot of EMP in that army. It's 18 Zealots, 3 Colossus. Not an army that can win this fight without the Disruptor shots. 3 2s on the way. More Dark Templar coming in. The Dark Templar harass really can make a lot of stuff happen, but we'll see how this goes. It's going to take a bit more effort on MAXPAX's part to find the correct engagement. That tank wedge is insane. Disruptor shots actually find the mark there. They do get some big hits. The cannon battery is going to get taken out. How do you get rid of those tanks, though? Zealot's going to go around the left. He needs those Zealots in position. He can't give up this base. MAXPAX, amazed that BYUN is pushing so deep in his territory. He's starting to lose probes. He needs those Zealots from the left side. He's going to start bringing those in. MAXPAX is forced to go right now. He's got Dark Templar killing SCVs on the other side of the map. We'll take a look at that in a moment. The Zealots connect with the tanks. The Disruptor got focused down by the tanks. BYUN with amazing focus fire. The Zealots also got F2'd home. Big mistake for MAXPAX there. Oh, no. I mean, just the focus fire for BYUN was so good as well. It's not to mention his spreadies. Dude, BYUN is looking on fire right now, and as much as it feels almost like his ground army is overextending, and he's taking massive damage to Dark Templar, 14 SCVs going down, he's killed 2 Nexus and 14 probes, and that's going to give him a massive income advantage. You're seeing the Protoss income drop here, and the Terran income stays steady at about 2,500. 4 bases up solid against a 3 base Protoss. He's got a 4th just up on the bottom, so at least that one was building pretty quickly. But now MAXPAX has kind of swapped into a very different position in terms of control. His upgrades are coming in 3-2, but Terran, Mr. BYUN, has control over this game right now. He's looking so good, guys. He is looking absolutely slick. I feel like Terrans, normally when they turtle as long as he did in this game, when they finally move out, they get jumped on by the Protoss, they get hit by Zealot run-bys, Disruptors start landing, DTs start trickling in, and they just fall apart. BYUN has not made those mistakes. When he started pushing out, he was always ready for the Zealot counterattacks, and he handled everyone so beautifully. He picks up his whole army and drops inside the main base, and you lose that production, you're dead. MAXPAX Colossus derp in the wrong direction. Oh, it's the classic Colossus pathing error. Big mistake there for MAXPAX. One of those goes down for free. And BYUN is looking on fire right now. He is looking so absolutely lit. Another Dark Templar gets cleaned up on the backstab. Nice disruptor shot, but it only ends up hitting one siege tank. Feels like BYUN's dodges are a bit too good right now. The disruptors keep getting focused down. Those 4 siege tanks just survived for way too long in this game, and they were the secret to BYUN's success. They finally get taken down, but it's game over at this point. It was all about those 4 siege tanks from the early game that he kept alive for like 5 consecutive fights, and they got insane value. They gave BYUN the range advantage over the disruptors without him having to invest in it. He didn't invest in Vikings, downrange the Colossus, range Liberators, or even heavy siege tank. It was just 4 tanks from the early game, and they wrecked every single disruptor that came in range. They gave him amazing long-range positioning, allowed him to siege MAXPAX down. BYUN in beast mode shows Ultra Cheese game 1, Ultra Macro game 2. He's on fire. All right, BYUN in the bottom right side, going to be going for a barracks gas with a proxy second barracks. I'm pretending I'm doing a totally normal build. MAXPAX, I don't believe is going to scout. He's just checking for proxies and then going for the Nexus, I think. We'll see. Maybe he does go across the map, but it's definitely a later scout. And unfortunately for him, not going to spot this second barrack. So 2-Rax Reaper kind of been coming in fashion a little bit. You could also build a tech lab and go Marauders there. Skip your orbital command center to really sell this story. Yeah, he's skipping the orbital. It's a good build order, guys. So you can still start a command center at the normal time. It's a few seconds delayed. Let's see if MAXPAX is paying attention. Thing is, because they come in to block it, they don't, it being a few seconds delayed is, you know, and really it's not very delayed. It's like ever so slightly delayed, if anything. Marine kills that, and that's a tech lab. It's an all-in, guys. Oh, this is really bad for MAXPAX, man. This is really bad for MAXPAX because he doesn't see any sign of this yet. And he's just going to see like 3 Marines into 5 Marines. And then he's going to be like, why are these 5 Marines moving out? And Marauders are going to ruin his day from behind. In the rear with the gear, there's going to be one drilly boy and a bunch of criminals in power armor going after him. Don't get me wrong, he can defend, he can survive. The problem is he's seen a Marine expand, and a Marine expand is one of the more defensive openings. Normally you skip on defense against this as a Protoss player, but BYUN selling him a nasty story. Clem was doing this earlier on in the tournament as well. He even did it versus Serral, I believe, in TVZ, which was super cool. We normally only see it in TVP. But yeah, that Adept goes past, the Marauders are building, the Concussive is building, and this looks so normal. Oh, yep, you've gone for 3 Marines, no worries, I'll get a hit off, I'll go for a scout. Super standard. The orbital has still not been made. Do you know how much his economy is hurting, guys? 20 SCVs is now he's going to start an orbital on the main. It should probably be starting on the natural, to be honest, to try to hide this. Marauder's going to go in right now. Oh, he's actually going in before the Marines are even across the map. The Marines are coming out to ambush. The Adepts are actually going to beat those Marines pretty handily. They're shading home. Oh, Probes are going to try and fight this. Okay, he's going to try and build another pylon. That does not power that gateway, though, sadly. Probes are fighting the Marauders pretty nicely. The Adepts did take out a couple of Marines, but the Marauders are tagging them as well. Adepts trying to get to safety. He's got to preserve the Adepts. The trick is keep them alive so they can regenerate and fight with batteries if possible. He's going to try and take out the SCV. He needs to kill the SCV. He gets it. The SCV in the rear with the gear is going to be going down, but that pylon not powered by that, and that gateway, sorry, and that is a huge problem. He's only got 1 gate Stalker production. Both Adepts have gone down. BYUN coming out with some nasty cheese. It shows you the respect and the planning that he has for the champion. MAXPAX took down Maru 4-3 in the grand finals of the last PiGFest, and he actually withstood a lot of cheesy 2-Rex rushes that BYUN is coming out with an entirely different flavor compared to that 2-Rex Marine rush. This is a different form of 2-Rex. It's a technical 2-Rex. It's a hidden 2-Rex. The Marauders split firing on those Stalkers so very well. And as they all go down, MAXPAX just has no damage left. Perfect micro by BYUN. And BYUN mixing in some cheesy builds, but he finds the mark and takes advantage. GG, well played.